Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Perrin, and today I'm going to talk about my inspirations when I was growing up. So, first one I'm going to talk about is my favorite movie, The Last Unicorn. It has always been one of the most beautiful movies I've ever watched, and the animation and the story, how delicate and surreal it felt, I was obsessed and still kind of am with unicorns. Legend is a runner-up for my favorite movie of all time for this reason and others. There's just something so magical and inspiring about them. Unicorns are supposed to represent purity and light, and it's really something to behold, and left a very strong impression on my child self. This was the start of my love of fantasy worlds and stories, and it made me want to draw them, learn more about mythical creatures, folklore, etc. I fell deep into the fairies this past few years, and I always think back to The Last Unicorn, which honestly is long overdue for me to draw fan art for. Why not start now? I wanted to try redesigning Amalthea's dress, and will probably draw her in it again, as I usually tend to go a bit overboard with sketching. One of these days I'll have to give a proper tribute to this movie that means so much to me. I'm pretty happy with how this sketch turned out, so maybe I'll finish it. We'll see. Next, I'm going to talk about my favorite animated series, which is the 90s dub from Sailor Moon. So, Toonami was life-changing for my childhood, though I discovered Sailor Moon through a random comic book gift that I thought was a coloring book. I actually had tried to color inside that comic book too. I wish I could share it with you guys. I remember getting my crayons and being very excited to just color in all the characters. That being said, it was the animated series that really inspired me to start drawing. Like, seriously. I love Makoto or Sailor Jupiter or Lita, I think is her dub's name the most, but really all of the characters grew on me, and I would draw them constantly. I wish I could share that art here, but it's lost to time, like so many other things. It's funny how I tried getting away from big anime eyes growing up and circled right back around to them now with my current art style. The outside pressures to be something different or more valuable to others really influenced my art for a long time, longer than I ever wanted it to, but I'm really grateful to say that right now is where I've always wanted my art to be. There's always room to improve, but it's so life-changing to like your own work, especially after years and years of trying to be something you're not. I only wish it didn't take me 30 years to get here. It's a bit ironic to think that had a hold on me for so long, when Sailor Moon was all about being unapologetically herself. She didn't have to change, and it was through being herself that she was loved and valued by her peers, and was free to grow into the person she was meant to be. Still teaching me how to get there. I love you, Meatball Head. Alright, and my favorite video game series. Now, if you followed me for any length of time, you will know that I absolutely love Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. They're my two favorite games of all time, but the series that really inspired me to draw was Zelda. Link to the Past is my favorite, but Ocarina of Time is what really pushed me to draw and redraw the character art. I remember really trying hard to nail the black shading on the Link and Sheik art from the official strategy guide, which is probably connected in some way as to why I grew to love line art so much. Games really meant a lot to me growing up because we moved so much. It was one of the few constants that I had. So I spent a lot of time playing them and drawing the characters. I used to visit RPGfan.com at my school and local library religiously, thinking it was like the holy grail of websites for all my video game picture needs. I'd print out pictures from all the games I'd love to play so I could draw them at home. We didn't have a computer, so I had to do what I could. But man, Zelda has always been such a powerhouse of character design and style changes. Not just from like the different races like Zoras and Gorons, but also the games themselves. It really blows me away to think of how drastically and stylistically different Wind Waker is to Twilight Princess, but still manages to feel like the same game. I'm not sure I'll ever know how they've managed to keep doing that, but I do know I'll always admire them for it. There are countless more inspirations that I could go on about, but these really truly influenced my work from a young age and continue to even now. Thanks so much for watching, and to my patrons for supporting me. If you enjoy my work, please consider subscribing to my channel and supporting me on Patreon. Till next time, bye-bye.